let's first address how much of this whole talk about AI taking away jobs and entry level jobs. And we know of industries where, there are data entry jobs, and a lot of that was anyway was about to getting, automated, or has been in many years. But is this debate about the fear of loss of jobs for the young cohort? How real is that? And if a young Gen Z is listening to this, what's your advice to them?
Well, in order to answer that, I have to quote Jensen Huang, who is the CEO of NVIDIA, who is creating NVIDIA is creating the chips that, as far as I know, most every AI system runs on. And he said, I think I'm quoting him correctly here, uh, "You don't have to worry about AI taking your job. You have to worry about someone who understands and uses AI to take your job."
Mm.
And I think that's absolutely right on the money. It is as prolific as the internet. Today, we can't even think about existing without the internet, whether it's online banking, whether it's getting information. Listen, I remember I was there in the early '90s when the internet was truly coming online, when browsers were coming into their own. And I will tell you that I built my first Windows-based computer in 1993 when I had a whopping 1 megabyte of RAM, okay? I have a computer sitting here that has 48 gigabytes of RAM and a 10 megabyte hard drive, and I wrote my doctoral dissertation on that computer. And I will tell you, it wasn't easy because oftentimes the software would be corrupt, and I would have to reload the software on 3 and a quarter inch floppies and hopefully make sure I had the latest version of my dissertation on another floppy in order for me to start the process all over again. It was just crazy. Now you don't even think about that stuff.
Yeah.
So in many respects, the revolution we experienced then is exactly the kind of revolution we're experiencing now with AI, but at a much, much faster rate because AI does things so quickly and it brings us along with it. So instead of spending 3 days or 2 days on trying to work an issue, Nikhil, we spend maybe 10 minutes on it and we move on to the next thing. So it's bringing us along. Now, I have to tell you, in terms of leadership, I have been waiting over 30 years for this moment in time. And I say that because the leadership models that we've used in organizations that are still left over from the industrial time are being shredded. They're just being torn to pieces. Well, why is that? Well, it used to be, here's an example, that the most knowledgeable person in the organization was the CEO or the COO, right? They had the information at their fingertips. Walk into a room today and ask, "Who's the smartest person in the room?" And I guarantee you, it might be a Gen Zer who spends 3 or 4 hours a day working with an AI system, developing ideas, thinking about future, asking it about what the future threats might be to their organization and to their company and to their brand. And that person may have at their fingertips the knowledge, chances are they will have at their fingertips, the knowledge they need to actually move the organization forward. So leadership is really moving from this notion of position to an idea of influence. Leadership is an influence relationship, and you're seeing it come right alive today. You can't deny it in terms of the world we live in.